You didn't kill her. You didn't take her life. You're just the excuse that she's gone. You're not strong enough to do that. A light that strong can only be taken by something that created it, so no. Nah. You're not what took her. You're the cause, but you're not the reason. She's not here because you're weak. It's your weakness that hurt her. Your choice that struck her. Your weakness that allowed someone else to overpower you. Someone else controlled you. Puppet. That was just a momentary control, but it lasted long enough for you to show your weakness. Like a charging gorilla, you beat your chest while running down those that exposed your insecurities, and like children, they ran. Like a toddler, she fell. And like an animal, you struck her. How did that feel? The response of her fear touching that bat touching your anger. Did you feel that? Did your anger turn into power? Was that what it was? Was she the one that threw you the invitation? Huh? Was she that much of a threat to you that you mistook her fear for anger? Was she that strong that you needed to weaponize your emotion? Yeah, she was. She had a power that you'll never hold. A power that your daughter has, that your baby niece has, that your mother who carried you inside has. She had the power of possibilities. Your body tried to stop you when it made you fumble to put the key in the car. The car tried to stop you when it just didn't want to start, and the earth tried to stop you, but you scarred that too when you peeled out. Yeah, you're powerful, man. You're big, strong too, huh? You overpowered your car. You overpowered your body. And you burned out. And you ran them down. And she ran, but you won. You showed her how strong you are, but that wasn't good enough. Huh? When she fell and turned to you in a primal expression of submission and cried out, because she cried. That's what children do when they need protection. And you feared what would come for you. You feared a man would show up, so you struck her. As the bat cut through the air, you looked at her and she looked at you. She looked at you in the purest, cleanest, most meaningful way. And she spoke to you in a language unheard. She connected with your soul. One soul to another, she pleaded with you. Please don't hurt me. And you heard her. But still you hurt her. In your heart you heard her, but your heart is broken. And it didn't listen. Why didn't it listen? You struck her. Remember that, huh? Remember that sound? That violent hiccup? The clash of hate and love? Huh? Yeah, you must have noticed it because it stopped your rage, remember? All you needed was a connection to a love bigger than you and bigger than your hate. And she gave that to you. All you needed was that. She hugged you and you stopped. Yo, you stopped. How come you didn't stay? Stop. She would have forgiven you for that. But you couldn't forgive yourself. You knew what you did and you must have wanted to take it back. I guess that's why you went back to her. After charging and chasing away anyone that could have come back to help her, you went back to her. You took her into your arms. You felt the warmth of her. You held her unmoving body. Did you feel her soul watching you? Maybe you thought you could fix it. Maybe you knew you could fix it and you wanted to. You wanted to take her somewhere to get fixed. Maybe that's why you took her. So you put her in your car. Remember that smell? How she smelled? The smell of innocence. In that cool June morning, the smell of her. The warmth of her. It took away the chill in the air. It calmed the monster in you. Remember the orange streetlights? The muffled sound of children running and screaming. Remember how angry the lights were as your car looked at you, crying, tears from the exhaust, watching you kneeling over her body before you bring her back and put her in and soiled that car that was built for a purpose, that car that held you and those you love and all the laughter and memories and all the good in that car left. What about that bat? That weapon that was so excited to be a toy. Yeah. Now it's just rolling around in the back with her, lifeless. You had the opportunity and you'll never have it again. And the only one that has a mercy for you is the most merciful. That's your only other chance. You had the choice to help her. You had that choice when you put her in your car. You had time to think about it when you went back to pick up the broken and misused toy that you threw in the back that now rolls back there lifelessly with the lifeless soul of someone that you took with that very toy. You had the opportunity to drive her to help. You acknowledged all of that when you looked back at her body. But did you see her soul? It was there. It was holding her head where your bat broke it. She was crying. And even her crying, she still looked like she was laughing. And she smiled because she saw your soul, the good part of it. She saw it looking back and reaching out for her. It was saying sorry, that it was going to help. But it couldn't finish saying that before the devil in you grabbed it and forced it back into its hole. That blackness that you call a heart. I know you heard her soul yell out. And she yelled out louder than you could ever imagine because her body moved. It moved and you turned away. You drove off and you saw the children running. You drove and never came back. You drove off and you never came back. On that morning, your soul and her soul escaped. Your soul took her soul lovingly by the hand. Stayed behind. Watched you leave and forever will wait for the two of you to come back. But you won't come back. And they're together now. And you'll be seeing God someday. And on that day, your skin will testify. Your eyes will testify. Your brain will testify. And on the day that you meet God, there's no way you could be dishonest. On that day, you're gonna be judged. But until that moment, just know that a stranger loved you, but you didn't love her back.